Well, there's some big breaking news which is coming in. Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi is being briefed by the 15 Corps Commander on the security situation and actions being taken by the formation against terrorists inside their own territory, and Pakistan Army attempts to violate the ceasefire along the LOC. So two things that the Army Chief is currently taking stock of. One, of course, about the security situation after the Behelgam terrorist attack, and second, about the repeated attempts by the Pakistani army to violate the ceasefire, to push in more terrorists into India from the other side of the LOC. That's a big breaking news. You can see the visuals there. These are the first pictures which are coming in of the Army Chief. He's arrived in Srinagar. Let me go across to Rishabh, who's joining us. Pradeep Datta is also there with us. Rishabh, I'm going to come to you first. This is going to be very significant. It's not just significant that the Army Chief is there, it's also important and very optically important to show that the Army Chief himself, boots on the ground, himself is in Srinagar today.
Well, Meghna, if we talk about Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi, remember before taking over as Vice Chief of Army and then Chief of Army Staff, he was the Northern Army Commander as well. So the topography, the territorial map of Kashmir is etched in his head to the core, and now he is visiting Pahalgam and other parts of Kashmir to also take a stock of the preparedness of Indian forces there. Remember, in the 2.5-hour long meeting in South Block, along with other service chiefs, CDS and Raksha Mantri as well as NSA, it was decided that the troops will be kept on high alert, on standby as well. And the way reports are coming in from the other side of LOC and international border that the forces are being advanced toward the zero line. The preparedness in Jammu and Kashmir is something that needs to be taken care of, and that's the reason that Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi has reached Srinagar. He has been briefed about the ground situation. He is also expected to visit Pahalgam, the site where the brutal terror attack took place just 2 days ago. So, Upendra Dwivedi now taking the stock himself, ensuring that there is no, disturbance in line of command, and ensured that he himself is personally looking at it. If there are any issues, will be ironed out at the highest possible level. So, Indian Army, Indian government ensuring that what happened in Pahalgam is a gone story. What's bygone is bygone. But from here on, A, there won't be any such attack in Kashmir, and B,
absolutely,
the perpetrators will be found, identified and eliminated, as the Prime Minister said.
Well, absolutely. In fact, even as we speak, there are anti-terror operations which are currently underway. The Army Chief, General Dwivedi, is already there on the ground in Srinagar. He's gotten a briefing, but he's also looking at the repeated ceasefire violations by Pakistan along the LOC. Let me go across to Pradeep Datta. Pradeep, the significance of the Army Chief himself being there, as Rishabh was rightly pointed out, he earlier, before he became the Army Chief, was also the head of the Northern Command, which is why it's significant that he himself is there right now, overseeing the anti-terror operations as well as the fight back against the ceasefire violations.
See, if we talk about this visit, this is quite significant. One, he is looking after the anti-terror operation, anti-infiltration. Great how strong it is, because there had been several attempts of the ceasefire violation from Pakistan side where they have opened fire targeting Indian posts, and it appears that they are trying to push in terrorists. This fire is basically a cover fire to push in and help Pakistani terrorists sneak into this side of the border. So India has given a befitting reply to them. And second is that already India has intensified its operation against terrorists in several parts of Jammu and Kashmir. And right now one of the operations is going on in Bandipur area in North Kashmir, where top Lashkar commander has been eliminated, and other operations are going on in Katwa and other places also. So wherever they are finding reports about presence of terrorist operation is being launched. And third important thing is that already the strong assertion that was made by Pakistan that mitti mein mila dunga, that those words have already been translated into action. We have seen that how the houses of two Lashkar commander as well as the Jaish-e-Mohammed commander have been blasted, and the message is being sent loud and clear to those our ground workers also. If you are going to support them, you will also not be spared. And message is also to Pakistan that we have started acting against your proxies, and now time is not far when their handlers will also be targeted. So he is looking after preparedness, because India is planning a big kind of a kinetic action. There will be a surprise element when it will happen, how it will happen, because India has already made it clear. Prime Minister has said that they will make terrorists bite dust. Terrorists will be identified the way they identified those tourists on the basis of the faith they were targeted. Same way the terrorists will be identified, and the space for them will shrink. And already we have seen the space has started shrinking for them, the way the operation is being conducted, and terrorists are being targeted by our forces. And even their houses, which were acting as launch pads, which were acting as hideouts, have also been decimated and demolished, because these were the two houses where actually the planning of the sinister plot of Pahalgam was made, because they were the one who had helped these Pakistani terrorists to move towards the Pahalgam area, where 28 people were massacred and many others were injured. So Altaf as well as Asif, these were the two terrorists who had been helping them. So that's one of the reasons that in the middle of the night the operation was conducted. They were looking for them. When they found that they were not there, finally their houses were blasted. Earlier we had seen that they used to seize the immovable property of the terrorists, but now they are going after them. They are decimating, demolishing them. Mitti mein mila diya, and that is what actually they are doing. So Army Chief is looking after all these things. He's being briefed by the 15th Corps Commander, and after that he'll also be meeting the commanders from the different Rashtra Rifle units, because Rashtra Rifle units are involved in the counter-terror operation, because they want to see enemy within also, enemy across the border also. So it will be a three-pronged operation that will be conducted in the coming way. We have started operation being conducted on two fronts. While as on line of control, they are trying to prevent infiltration, and they are giving a pathetic reply to Pakistani troops who are violating ceasefire. And inside, they are looking after counter-terror operation, where they have already intensified operation. If you look at the situation since Pahalgam attack, there had been 7 counter-terror and counter-infiltration operations. There was one counter-infiltration operation in Uri, where from the two terrorists were trying to sneak in. They were carrying with them large quantities of arms and ammunition. Both the terrorists were eliminated. The arms and ammunition that has been recovered from them was made in Pakistan Ordnance Factory or made in China. Then there was another operation in Kulgam. Then there was an operation in Basantgarh area where one of our para special force personnel was martyred. And then there was another operation going on in Kathua area. So they are looking for those terrorists wherever they are getting information that these terrorists are hiding in burrows, and they are trying to take them out, flush them out, eliminate, identify and kill them.